Hey guys, Megan Lynn here, Spiritual Empress. What up, bichachas? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good. Kind of a slow weekend this weekend, but dinner was really nice last night. We had spent like $200 on a crab boil. It's ridiculous. Y'all, DoorDash is the devil, okay? We're like, what do you want for dinner? I want crab. You're gonna DoorDash Angry Crab Shack. Are you freaking kidding me? It was like $240 to DoorDash that. Well, I want crab, but I don't want to go out. I'm like, Sagittarius, what is your problem? But yeah, we're just kind of relaxing this weekend. We couldn't go camping, so we're going to go camping next weekend. But I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. It's coming back into like August, very weird energy. Like everything's starting over again, kind of starting to get into fall and school starting and stuff. So it's like August is I get very hazy in August every single year. It's just a weird shift for me. So, but yeah, thank you. Likes, comments, shares, subscribes, anything you guys want to hear about, please. Thank you for actually, I've gotten a lot of comments about what you guys want to hear about. I do all types of stuff. I do spiritual woo-woo stuff. I do charts. I do cards, things like that. If you'd like to book a reading, it's wmegan, megan939@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email. Tell me what you're dealing with, what you guys would want specifically. We can go from there. Blase stuff I always say. But I'm getting a lot of comments, and I hope it's okay that I'm going to use this one girl's example because I can't get back to you guys' like individual problems all individually. It's a lot of work, but I'm just going to do a dating tip out of all of them. Y'all, I've talked to a lot of you, like personally on the phone. I've talked to you a lot in emails, stuff like that. And so I'm going to say the most common theme when you are starting to date an Aquarius, or you've been dating one's ghosting you. That's kind of the example I'm going to use. The most common theme that I found with every single one that I talk to, like almost every single person, unless this Aquarius in particular is just a total bitch, like this has been the most common theme with all of you guys. But with Aquariuses are very hard to date. We can be very out of sight, out of mind. Okay, we really aren't, and we don't do it intentionally. So this person in particular is a Cancer. If you're more on the emotional side, we will more than likely hurt your feelings. We do not mean to do it. Like 100% do not mean to hurt your feelings. I mean, unless we want to be an asshole, we will hurt your feelings. But typically we don't like to do that. We do care a lot about people. So we do have really big hearts. A lot of people can feel connected to us. We do connect to a lot of people because we run people. We're humanitarian. So we actually do like people for the most part. The most common theme that I've found is every single one that I've talked to, literally every single one of you that I've talked to, they're like, well, why won't they talk to me anymore? That could be a lot of different things. What I find, well, two things. Aquarius is very, very independent, and this is why it's hard to run with an Aquarius. We're very independent, and we're very self-assured, and I don't mean to say that in a cocky way. Aquarius can be pretty ingenuitive and pretty good at most things that they do. So they kind of, for the most part, most of them carry an air of confidence. So we are pretty self-assured. We have good core confidence for the most part. And I don't know where we get that from, but we do have really good core confidence. Now, the problem with that, Aquarians can be very, very tough ass people, okay? They can be very tough because a lot of us have had it really rough. So a lot of us are evolved in the way that, like, it's almost like, I'm not trying to say this to sound cocky because it's not cocky. We're at a different level. We've experienced a lot. We typically evolve a lot unless we're a low leveler. But so to be able to run with an Aquarius, you have to be, and it has to be equal, if not more. So an Aquarius needs somebody who's equally as independent, equally as, I almost want to say insensitive, but direct, blunt, that kind of thing. We don't really like to navigate on fringes. We don't really like to navigate in subtleties. That's just not our thing. So if you are a water sign, more than likely we're probably going to make you cry at some point or something like that. And we don't mean to do it, but things that you possibly could be doing. Now, if you are reaching out to the Aquarius and the Aquarius is kind of like this person's getting like shoddy behavior. It's like in and out. Oh yeah, I'm really into you, and then pulls back. Oh yeah, I'm really into you, pulls back. First of all, don't date anybody like that. That's annoying. That's not even an Aquarius thing. That person's being rude. They're leading you on. But if the Aquarius is actually doing that, then you're kind of getting ghosted, then they come back around. For one, I would never date anybody like that. But for two, now this person in particular, the only thing that I could think of, Aquarius, core confidence, okay? And every single person that I've talked to lacks confidence, okay? They have a lot of insecurity. Now, insecurity for an Aquarius, we could smell insecurity like blood in the water to a shark, okay? We pick up on that shit really fast. If we sense any sort of insecurity, it sounds really messed up, but you're not an equal. And Aquarius needs, I always say, an equal or better. An Aquarius almost needs somebody who's a little better than them, who's a little, not dominant, but very self-assured, okay? So if we sense an insecurity, we know and I'm not saying this in a mean way, we pull away because we know we're going to hurt your feelings. We know that more than likely we're going to have to run the relationship. And we don't always like to do that, you guys, because we run a lot of things. People usually come to us for a lot of things or a lot of help or things like that. So we already see that as, and it sounds really fucked up in the head, we see it as a weakness, okay? So we need somebody who's equal. It's also somebody who can handle us, because quite frankly, we can be a little hard to handle, okay? We're very free-spirited. So typically with an Aquarius, that's why I say get signs that like to run with us, okay? But going and doing things, I think she had said that she went and she like is texting him, and it seems like the interactions, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, just from what I read, it seems like the interactions are very spotty, but when they do talk, Cancer's saying things that are like sensitive, or what's going on with you, blah, 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 I thought, we were moving forward with this, and she's getting upset, okay, and I totally get it, but then she's like trying to call him, he doesn't pick up, and she calls him on no caller ID. The thing with no caller ID, *67 or whatever she said it was that she used, the thing with caller ID, Aquarius is very intuitive. Like, I know when somebody calls me on caller ID, I know who it is. Like, that's how good we are. So if he's getting sensing that you're playing little games or trying to figure him out, my best suggestion to you is it has everything to do with insecurity. And we don't like when we have to, every time I talk to you, there's an issue. Every time I talk to you, it's negative. Maybe we do have some nice conversation, but we really don't like that, like, shit, every time I talk to her, it's like a thing. There's a thing. Or it's a low vibe, or it has to be a serious discussion. What I would suggest doing in that, I would say leave it. I don't wonder what's not to wonder, okay? Like, if you're going to be that way and I don't like it, I'm not dealing with it. And that's the way that I am. I know not everybody is the same. I don't hang on to people. Also, if you're just hanging on to people, it's keeping that energetic cord going to where it's going to be harder for new love to come in or for new people to come in. So I hope I wasn't super insensitive. I really don't. I'm actually really sweet, you guys. But I really don't mean to hurt feelings. That's just kind of like a blunt way to put it. I would definitely just, if you have any sort of insecurities, we'll find out real quick, and then usually that's when an Aquarius will bail, because to be quite frankly, we can run over people in relationships too, and I personally don't like that. We have the ability to do that. So if you have any insecurities, I would just care less about what he's doing, how he's thinking. He sure as shit is not thinking about you, it doesn't sound like, which is mean, and he's playing with you, and then I would just kind of cut contact. If he does reach back out to you, I would keep everything super light. I keep it super light, and stop talking about the heavy. If he does reach out to you, I would honestly just say something really vague or something funny. And then, and then eventually if he gets to the point where he wants to talk about our relationship again, I would act like quizzical about it. I'd be like, oh, we're doing this now? Oh, I hadn't even been thinking about that, but I'm an asshole, so. But anyway, thank you guys for likes, comments, shares, subscribes, anything you want to hear about, drop in the comment box below. I hope that helped a little bit. I don't know, I'm going to have to do like a dating 101, like separate file folder or something. I don't know, because I get a lot of you, and like the most common theme I've seen with everybody is they're insecure, and that's why things don't get fixed. Aquarius will, if you're direct and you have your core confidence, they will respect that.